she said. "They want to hurt my mom. She is sick." Giant Rancher shocked them all. The wind howled over the wide Texas plains that evening, carrying dust and the faint smell of rain. The sun had nearly dipped below the hills, painting the sky in blood-orange light. At the far edge of the land stood a man they called the Giant Rancher. His name was Eli Stone, a man built like a mountain, quiet, intimidating, and feared by everyone who crossed his path. People said his heart was as cold as the steel fences that lined his vast property. But that night, something would test even the hardest heart. Eli was driving his old pickup down the dirt road when he saw movement near the gate. A small figure was standing there, a girl, no older than 9, with tangled hair and a face smudged with dirt. She clutched a worn-out blanket and stared at his truck's headlights like a deer frozen in fear. He hit the brakes. "What in the world?" he muttered, stepping out. The girl didn't run. She just looked up, trembling, and whispered, "They want to hurt my mom, she's sick." Eli froze. He wasn't used to children, especially ones crying in the middle of nowhere. "Who wants to hurt her?" he asked, his voice rough. She pointed back toward the small road leading to the town. "Those men, they said we can't stay in the house anymore. They broke our window. Mom can't get up, she's too weak." For a long second, Eli just stared at her. Something about the fear in her eyes cracked through the wall around his heart. Without another word, he opened the passenger door. "Get in," he said softly. The girl hesitated, then climbed in, hugging her blanket. As Eli drove, she spoke in tiny whispers, about how her father had died last year, how her mother had fallen sick soon after, and how they couldn't pay rent. The landlord sent men to scare them away. They lived in an old trailer on the edge of town now, with nothing but canned soup and fading hope. When they reached the trailer, Eli saw what she meant. It was falling apart, the door hanging loose, the window shattered. Inside, on a thin mattress, lay a pale woman coughing weakly. Eli knelt beside her. "Ma'am," he said quietly, "you're gonna be all right." The woman opened her eyes. You shouldn't be here," she whispered. "They'll come back." Eli's jaw tightened. "Let them." He carried her out like she weighed nothing and placed her in his truck. The girl sat close, holding her mother's hand. Eli took them to his ranch house, a big wooden home that had always felt too empty since his wife and son died in an accident years ago. He hadn't let anyone in since. But that night, the sound of the little girl's footsteps echoed in his halls, and somehow, it didn't feel empty anymore. He called the town doctor, an old friend. "Do whatever it takes," Eli said, laying a thick stack of bills on the table. "She's family now." Days turned into weeks. The mother slowly recovered, and the girl, her name was